and did my master's of law. But the thing that really crystallized for me being a mom and able to be successful is you have to have the support, right?
I remember God saying to me, listen, if you didn't die at the point of impact, you're going to be okay. You know the point of impact. When you get the knock on the door, you know the point of impact. When you pick up the phone and you get that news, if you didn't die on the point of impact, you're going to be all right. That's a good place to clap your hands right there.
Inside of you. There's something more powerful inside of you. Honey, y'all better take a breath. I'm telling you.
It wasn't mine.
You gonna get some deliverance here today. Hey there, everybody, and welcome to the Nicole Mason Show, where we feature phenomenal women who are moving and shaking in their respective industries. Yes, yes, yes. I say it every week. Listen, today is like no other because that is the truth. Every week we are bringing to you some great and phenomenal women. And today I am so super, super duper excited about this young woman of God. She is a powerhouse, and I had the opportunity to meet her last year at the Activate Conference in Atlanta, and we just hit it right off. She is a beautiful spirit, on fire for God, and I'm so excited that she is with me today. Minister Rhonda Watts Robinson. Let me tell you a little bit about her. She is also known as the Greatness Igniter, a life-changing international speaker, certified life and business coach, minister, and educator whose purpose and passion is to daily transform women's lives, their businesses, and assist them in elevating in their God-ordained purpose. She is the epitome of a young woman after God's own heart who consistently operates in her unique gifts and talents. In 2003, Minister Rhonda obtained her English and education degree from the University of Massachusetts, Dartmouth. In 2011, Minister Rhonda graduated cum laude, yes, from the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology with her Master's of Divinity degree. Prior to this, she was licensed to preach the gospel in 2005 and has been preaching on the battlefield for the Lord ever since. Yes, my kind of girl. Minister Rhonda has traveled both nationally and internationally, speaking and teaching transformation and spiritual elevation. She has traveled on various mission trips around the world, where she has had the opportunity to display the love of Jesus Christ to those around her. She is also a passionate entrepreneur and owner of 2 successful online businesses, Reap Your Abundance, LLC, and Rhonda's Writing Services, as well as the founder of the Sisters Elevating Success Institute, which is an online institute for the Christ-centered woman ready to elevate in her business, life, ministry, and relationship with Jesus Christ. Along with this, Rhonda is also the founder of Rhonda Watts Robinson's International Ministries. Minister Rhonda is the proud mother of 3 beautiful babies, yes, and best friend to her husband of 5 years. It is her passion to assist others in elevating and experiencing abundance and reaching their next level of God ordained greatness. Minister Rhonda Watts Robinson lives by the words of her favorite scripture found in John 4:34. My food, said Jesus, is to do the will of him who sent me and to finish his work. I am so excited to have this beautiful, awesome young woman of God with me today. Minister Rhonda, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I am here. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Elder Nicole. I do not take it lightly, and I'm just so happy and blessed and excited to be here with you on today.
Beautiful. I am so excited to have you. So listen, we have to jump right in because we have so much ground to cover. But I want to start off with this awesome teleseminar that we are in the midst of. It is a free teleseminar. It is the Elevating You Woman's Experience. Listen, if you have not registered, you still have time because we are just starting it. It is a week long of inspirational, powerful messages from some awesome, phenomenal women of God. And Minister Rhonda is going to tell us more about that. But before we go any further, you can join us by going to ElevateU2016.com. Did I get it right this time?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, because I put it on social media, y'all, and my sisters were like, no, you didn't put the right link. So I want to make sure I have it right. So it's ElevateU2016.com, and you go there, you register, and you will have access to all of the messages that are coming forth over the next several days. And you can also get the ones that started on yesterday. Listen, you don't want to miss it. So, Minister Rhonda, tell us about the different areas for the teleseminar so that people can be inspired and excited to join us for this entire week of these awesome messages.
Yes, well, we have just started day 2, actually here at 4 o'clock today. So as Elder Nicole said, you have not missed much. There is still much blessings coming your way if you would like to register. But we, during this time, the focus is really helping women elevate in 4 areas of their life: their ministry, their relationship with God, their life, and their business. And even if you don't have a business or you don't have a ministry, you can still, tune in on the days that we really focus on life. We have some phenomenal speakers, over 20 Christ-centered speakers from around the nation. And I'm just so honored to say that Elder Nicole is even one of the speakers. She's going to be speaking on elevating in ministry. And I tell you, it is just a Holy Spirit transformational, life-changing conference so far. We started yesterday, and I tell you, the speakers have just been phenomenal. We are already getting women leaving different testimonials about how they have been touched, and I know that God is going to do awesome things throughout the rest of these remaining 5 days that we have going forth. Every day we have speakers at the hours of 4, 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So there's 4 speakers a day, and as I said before, we focus on a different area every day so that everyone could get the holistic elevation, the holistic abundance that they need within their life to really tap into their next level of God-ordained greatness and abundance.
Yeah, I am so excited. And I have to tell you that the way that you have orchestrated and facilitated and pulled this teleseminar together has been nothing short of excellent. Your professionalism, the excellence in which you have pulled this all together, I'm telling you, you are to be commended because, like you said, it's over 20 speakers and everything has just run so smoothly pulling this together. So I have to give you great kudos for doing it this way. And I know that that comes from your love of God and your love for God's people. And I just say just a tremendous round of applause to you. So whoop, whoop.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. And I always, of course, give kudos to Jesus first. Along with myself, I know that I had to put the work behind the faith, but as you know, when He has given you a vision, He has already made a means for you to achieve it.
Yeah.
And I am just the vehicle that He used to bring awesome women such as yourself. And I tell you, I have been blessed. I have been elevated. So I'm excited to see what is going to occur. There have already been over 300 women throughout the world who have registered. So I know, and women actually are still registering by the hour. They're still registering by the hour. So I am just in awe of God. He is just awesome at what He does. And,
He is amazing.
Yes.
I so love him. I'm telling you, I love him. And I love how he connects me with other powerful women like you. And I am just so inspired by you, because you are a young woman on fire for God. It's just so full of life, just so vibrant. And we have to give a shout out to your husband.
Yes.
I have to give him a huge shout out. So thank you so much. It's David, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, David. Thank you, David Robinson. Thank you for allowing your beautiful, wonderful wife to share with me on this afternoon, because you all have those beautiful babies. And I know it was taken away from your family time, but I really wanted to have you on to talk about this awesome work that you're doing. But we can't do this if we are in a partnership with our husbands, and we have to give them big kudos. And so I say big kudos to your husband, and I am always so thankful for my husband, Sean, as well. I would not be able to do all of the great and wonderful things that God has called me to do without his support. So thank you and your husband, and make sure you kiss those babies for me.
Yeah, I will.
So let's talk about some of the women who are engaged in this teleconference for this week, and just a little bit about what the women can expect when they register. I told my sisters in our group, the speaker group, I said, okay, now you all tune in, because we're going to be calling your name. We want people to know who you are, because I felt the synergy right from the very beginning when we So let me just take a breather. Y'all know me. I'm high energy, right? By this point, I was working on my master's of law. Finished law school, passed the bar, then did my master's of law. But the thing that really crystallized for me being a mom and able to be successful is you have to have the support, right?
I remember God saying to me, listen, if you didn't die at the point of impact, you're going to be okay. You know the point of impact. When you get the knock on the door, you know the point of impact. When you pick up the phone and you get that news, if you didn't die on the point of impact, you're going to be all right. That's a good place to clap your hands right there.
Inside of you. There's something more powerful inside of you. Honey, y'all better take a breath. I'm telling you.
It wasn't mine.
You gonna get some deliverance here today. Okay, Rhonda, you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I am here.
I am so sorry. Listen, this is what happens when you're not all that technologically savvy. Okay? So I cut the line. So I am so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so let me get myself back in tune here. Because I'm like, oh my goodness, what happened? What did I do? All right, so we want to talk about the sisters who are a part of this awesome teleconference, and just a little bit about what they're going to be sharing, because I am so excited. As I was stating, I felt the synergy as soon as this group came together, and just how we were supporting each other and encouraging each other as we were doing our sessions with you, just talking and getting ready to go forward with this, and just the way that you have managed it and encouraged us and pulled us together. It's just been wonderful. The teleconference conferences prior to that you have had with all of us, just getting us ready to go forward over these next several days. I have just thoroughly enjoyed watching it and being a part of it. So let's talk about the sisters who are with us. Hey, y'all. All right. So go ahead.
Yes. Well, today is day 2, so just so that we kind of touch upon everybody, I'll start with yesterday. Yesterday was a phenomenal day. We started off with elevating in our life, and we started off with expert speaker Sharita Deloach. She told her story about how she went from convicted felon and how she really managed to tap into God's favor. It's a very, very powerful testimony that she told. And then we went on to hear from Kara Terrence, who's also known as a visionary virtuoso, and she talked to us about really just tapping into our visions. And then we had Pastor Jennifer Yarbrough, who just enlightened us with godly wisdom on how to really elevate in our lives if we know that God is truly bringing us to that next level of elevation, how to really handle that. Because, with elevation also comes new struggles. It also comes new fears, new territory. And she really poured into us wisdom on how to handle that. And today we're really focusing on our relationships with God. And Dr. Jerica Dodd, she's going to be talking to us today about how to really handle life's disappointments, how to look at them from a godly perspective. And then we have Nakia Evans. She's going to be talking to us today about knowing our spiritual identity and really just tapping into our authentic self.
Yes.
And then we have Miss Luvanta Whitehorn, and she is just a gem. She's actually telling her story for the first time about how she was actually molested. And just tapping into how to really tap into forgiveness when forgiveness seems intangible. That's what she's talking about today. And we're going to end today with Andrea Morayman, and she's going to just be giving us some more godly wisdom as well. I could go through all these women because I tell you, just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful women. And on Monday, we're going back into elevating our lives, and we have Lexi Jones, who's going to be talking to us about repurposing our broken pieces. How to really step back and how to, bring those broken pieces together so that we can, really step into our purpose. Because, everything that happens, good and bad, all is done in our lives so that we can ultimately get closer to God, discover our purpose, or even do what He has called for us to do for other people. So she really goes deep into that. Then we have Miss Veronica Michelle Richardson, and she talks to us about balance. Something that we really need as women.
Yes.
She really goes into tips on how the high-achieving Black woman can create balance and put herself back into the equation, which is a phenomenal talk. And then we have Miss Tulisa Dennis Manaway, and she is just a phenomenal motivational speaker. She talks about herself being the bag lady. And she uses an analogy on how makeup can be symbolic of sin, and she goes into that more. I don't want to give you too much, I can't want to give too much.
Give too much. Woo! Wait a minute, just that little bit. You hear me? I said, woo!
Yes. yes.
Yes. No, just give
How
them a
big
little taste. Just give them a little
yes,
taste.
not too much, but just a little
Yeah.
taste.
Yeah.
And then we have Tangi Salter, who is the confidence coach. So she's
Uh-huh.
going to be talking to us about really tapping into our next level of confidence. And she even tells her story as well. And then we have Tuesday, which is elevating in business. And I really thought it was important that we have this day because even though we are elevating in our relationship with God and our lives, many of us have businesses.
Yes.
And God also wants us to have abundance in our business.
Absolutely.
So we have some phenomenal speakers who are coming, who are really going to help us tap into the business aspect, the systems, the clarity. Miss Kiki Cornelius is going to be talking to us about how to attract our ideal clients and consistently fill our sales funnels. Minister Michelle Edelin, her title is Grow Your Business Girl, but she gives some priceless tips on how to really elevate in business. She has been in business. She is seasoned in business, and she really just lays out the foundation and priceless tips.
Yeah.
And we have Lakeisha Mosley, who talks about really tapping into your true identity so that you can attract positive relationships. Relationships are always important, definitely in business. Whatever you're doing, collaborations and partnerships. So she talks about that. And then we have Miss Myra Good, who really gives some priceless tips. I was taking notes on this one. Some priceless tips on how to really position yourself so that you can get funding for your business, some of the things that you need to do to get funding for business. And then we have our Elevating in Ministry on Wednesday, and we start off with none other than Elder Nicole, yourself.
Hey. Yes.
Yes, and as you know, you speak on serving with excellence, but I tell you, your talk is even beyond that.
Yeah.
I tell you, you give priceless godly wisdom that can only be addressed by someone of your caliber who has been there, done that. That is just phenomenal wisdom. So we go over that, and then we have Miss Judith Cooper, who talks about our image behind ministry, our image behind who we are. She tells her story about how her and she had some issues with divorce and different things of that, and how God healed her and her husband in that aspect. And then we have Miss Anita C. Powell. She is also going to be coming on and talking about tapping into ourselves and becoming one with our intimate calling.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Because,
Hey, Anita. And Anita just graduated, too.
Wow, yes.
Congratulations, Anita Powell.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm getting so excited just listening to the topics. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. Yes, and then also on that day, we have the beautiful Philonda Johnson. She is going to be talking to us about, so you think you're a fear slayer. And she's going to be giving 4 keys to really overcoming doubt and manifesting your master purpose. And I tell you, she goes in.
Wow.
She goes in on this one. And then we have our last day, of course, unfortunately, but
I know.
Yes. So on that day, we have Constant Barnes, who is going to be talking to us about conquering our yes when the world says no, which is powerful because, many of us have visions, but just because we have the vision doesn't mean everybody else is going to believe our vision.
That's right.
So very powerful talk, much needed talk. And then we have Miss Vecina Adesanya. She also is going to be telling some of her story as well. And she talks about 2 of the most powerful words to transform your life, your wealth, and your health.
Yes.
So
you better tune in for that one.
Yes.
Tune in. Yes, tune in.
Yes, and then we have Devanya Reed, and she talks about how to go from surviving to thriving and truly experience happiness. And then we're going to end it off with myself as a closing remarks and things of that nature. But when I say I can't even put into words the power behind these sessions, I tell you, they are just phenomenal sessions that holistically will help women get to their next level, no matter where they are. I want to make that clear. It doesn't matter where you are. Wherever you are, you can find elevation in at least one of these, talks. Those are our speakers.
Woo!
Those are our speakers.
Well,
yes.
listen, I am so super excited. If you have not registered, again, you need to tune in. You need to register. ElevateU2016.com. You don't want to miss any of these sessions. So I have to ask you so that we can learn a little bit more about you.
Yes, ma'am.
Where did this thrust for you come from to be a catalyst for women to be elevated? And I always ask about the backstory. It's always a backstory, right? And that when you hear the backstory, it makes sense. It's like, oh, now I get the energy. Now I get where that comes from. So tell the audience, talk a little bit about, what pushed you into this space so that you can push other women to elevate in success in every area of their lives. Particularly, I love your 4 key areas: business, ministry, in their relationship with Christ, in themselves. Those areas. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes. Well, to be honest with you, when I first started, doing ministry, back in 2005, I was doing youth ministry, and I did youth ministry for over 12 years. I was a school teacher, within the public school systems. Teaching is one of my gifts, and I knew that God was calling me at that appointed time for that. And my first ministry that I ever had was called Swagger for Christ Ministries.
Oh, I like that.
And it really taught young people, because a lot of my testimony stems from, being young and being a Christian, but also making some mistakes.
Yeah. And
not knowing who to go to and who to talk to. And I wanted to be an individual that made sure that the young people, of today's society had a vehicle. So I incorporated technology. I incorporated, my love for children and also my expertise for that ministry. But what really stemmed me really just having a heart for women was when I actually became pregnant with my first daughter in 2012. And when I became pregnant in 2012, I was a teacher, a school teacher. I had my ministry, my youth ministry. But I knew that I wanted to continue teaching, but when I got home, all my energy really was already spent because I was spending it on everybody else's child.
Yeah.
So I went from full-time teaching to part-time teaching. And then when God blessed my husband and I with my twins, I said, "Okay, Lord."
Right.
I don't know if I'm going to have any room. It's just it takes a lot out of you. So at that point, I really went before God and I just said, "Lord, I stopped teaching altogether," and I really went before God. I went down on my face and I said, "Lord, I know that you've given me a gift of teaching. I know that you have given me a calling to reach the nations." And I felt at this season that because I now had my own children, that my energy needed to be spent on them.
Yeah.
And I would say the course of, about a year, from the time that, I became pregnant with my twins, I really understood and started to understand the magnitude of us as women. Even when I started my own business at home, we as women, we, even though the man is the head of the household, I'm not discounting that, but we are moms, we are wives, we really have such a pivotal example to uphold, not just to those around us, but to our husbands, to our children, and legacies that we have to carry on.
Yeah.
And when I started my businesses, I really saw many women, Christ-centered women, I'm going to say, who had those visions of ministries, who had those visions of businesses, but we're not tapping into the level of abundance that God has promised us in the Bible. And that is where Reap Your Abundance LLC really came forth. Helping women, even if they are mothers, even if they know that God is calling them to walk away from their position to become full-time entrepreneurs, how to really tap into that, how to really create the system so that they are leveraging the abundance that God has for them within their businesses, within their life, their ministry, and their relationship with God. And the thing that I think really stemmed the four key areas was the fact that I discovered as I started coaching clients, many of them had visions to have this awesome ministry, but there were things that were rooted deeply within them that were hindering that. Whether it be having the systems in place to know really how to run an effective ministry or business, even within their life, not having their life together, obviously not having a relationship with God to the point where they are staying in tune to where He has them at this season, at this time. So I found that all four of those aspects really played a part as one whole. You can't run a business unless you have your life right and your relationship with God right. Okay, you can't run an effective ministry. Now, I said effective. Now, I didn't say you couldn't run ministry. You can run ministry, but we want to tap into the level of abundance that is promised to us by Jesus in the Word. That's where we're getting to. And in order for that to really occur, there are some things that we must do as women to make sure that our lives are right, our relationships with God is right, Jesus, in order to, consequently and effectively have effective businesses, profitable businesses, successful businesses, and ministries. So that is really where it stems from, working with women. That is where my heart is now, because, like I said, I am first, of course, I'm a child of God and I'm a wife, but I'm also first a mother. And having my businesses has leveraged me the opportunity to be able to still be home and also be able to contribute to my household. And I know there are so many other women in this same situation that may not have the opportunity to work. A little bit about my backstory. Both of my parents passed away of stage 4 lung cancer, one in 2012 and one in 2013. So I don't have grandmom and grandpa to watch the kids. My husband and I are doing this along with the Holy Spirit, mostly on our own. So I had to figure out a way and pray to God and say, Lord, what is it you would have for me to do in this season at this time? How can I leverage my gifts of teaching? How can I leverage my gifts of writing? How can I leverage my gifts of tapping into you and teaching your word to help individuals, to still help people? And that is when I really felt the calling to switch and transition from youth ministry to women's ministry. And even my international ministry, it's focused on women. It's focused on helping us elevate. And I always use this example. I say, in the Bible, in Genesis, when Satan tempted first, there was a reason he tempted Eve. And it wasn't to discount the man, but I look at it in the sense that he knew the power that she had. And we as women have so much power. We are mothers. We carry, legacies in our bosom. We affect the people around us. We, carry our husbands in many ways and help them out. So we have to make sure we are intact. We are holistically intact as much as possible, so that we are not only making sure that we're fulfilling our purpose, but the people that are connected to us and the people we're supposed to affect and help and enhance also get the benefit of what they're supposed to get.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And, I'm sitting here and, I certainly offer my condolences about your parents. And I, too, I'm in that same situation. Lost my dad very young. He was 50. My mom was 57, both from cancer as well. My dad, lung cancer, and my mom, cancer. although she had a heart attack, but she was grappling with that as well. But so I know how that is,
Mhm.
and there's an old adage or a quote that says that necessity is the mother of invention. And
Mhm.
so when you when your back is up against the wall, and it becomes necessary for you to put those systems in place and put
Mhm.
those mechanisms in place, because that's what you have to do.
Mhm.
It forces you to think creatively. It forces you to tap into what God has already placed inside of you. So,
Mhm.
I think that what you are doing is great and it's phenomenal, because so many women need that. They need to know how they can really make it easier for themselves, where we're not working harder but smarter,
Mhm. Yes. Mhm. Mhm.
going
Mhm.
out early in the morning, coming back late in the evening, dragging the kids to daycare and
Mhm.
having to pick them
Mhm.
up late. And that's so many people's story. And of course, we don't have anything against that, because we have to do what we have to do. But I love the fact that you have taken those situations and you have made them work for your good. I
Yes.
love that, the scripture says, what the devil meant for evil, God turns it into something good for us. And so,
Mm.
really turning all of that into something good and making it work for you and your family. So, I want
Mhm.
you to also share with the audience how they can contact you,
Mhm.
how they can get in contact with you, so that they can learn more about your programs, your services
Mhm.
that you
Mhm.
offer. And I'm putting another plug right here. I'm telling you, this, and I call you my baby. This baby
Yes.
is excellent. Everything she does is with a spirit of excellence. And I love it, because I love when people operate that way. Everything that
Mhm.
she sends out is done with the spirit of excellence. How she communicates and how she coordinates and really, services the people. You want to connect with her. So give
Mhm.
them your information so that people can connect with you if they
Yes.
want to hire you.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, well, my website is my name. It's
Mhm. Mhm.
www.rhondawatsrobinson.com.
Mhm.
That's RHONDA,
Mhm.
Watts, WATTS, ROBINSON.com.
Mhm.
That's you can go on there and contact me
Mhm.
and even see some of the services that I have and things of that nature. And along
Mhm.
with that, I'm all over social media
Yes.
as Rhonda Ignites You. I'm the
Mhm.
greatness igniter. I help
I
you ignite
know.
your greatness. So
Yeah.
it couldn't be any other way. Rhonda Ignites You. And the U is just the letter U.
Mhm.
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, Twitter.
Mhm.
I also do periscoping, and
Mhm.
yes, I'm all over the place.
Right. Yes. I love that, the greatness igniter. And
Yeah.
listen, when you are in her space, when as soon as you say you were a teacher, I can so see that.
Oh.
Uh, you're teaching the babies. I can so see that. She is so full of life and so vibrant. And
Mm.
we happened to be sitting at the same table when we met at the Activate conference, Lucinda
Mhm.
Cross's
Mhm.
Activate conference. Hey, Lucinda.
Yeah.
And yeah, and just her energy, her smile. Thank you. My engineer put the website up on the screen. So yes, thanks
Oh,
so
thank
much.
you.
And we just her energy just draws you in, and she is definitely somebody that you want to work with, somebody that you want to hire to help you to move and navigate your life in such a way that you will have success elevated in your life. I love that.
Mm.
And so we have to
Mhm.
talk about your institute. I'm so
Yes.
excited about the institute.
Yes.
I'm so excited
Uh-huh.
about possibly joining you and becoming a part of this great work that
Mhm.
you are
Mhm.
doing. So please talk about Sisters Elevating Success
Yes, yes.
Institute.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
yes. Well, Sisters Elevating Success Institute is an online institute, so you
Mm-hmm.
can tap into it wherever you are. And we focus on the key four areas. Actually, this conference that we're having now is the annual conference of the Institute.
Mm-hmm.
And we focus on helping women elevate in their life, their business, their ministry, and their relationship
Mm-hmm.
with God.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, It started from a vision.
Yeah.
I have to just say it. It started from a vision that God gave me about a year ago. It started as a program, and it elevated, ironically.
Yes, yes, yes.
It elevated to be an institute that I tell you all over the nation, women have expressed interest in being a part of it, and God is just taking it even further now to the point where we are, as you know, looking for instructors to be a part of the institute, and even ambassadors that want to actually take, the institute out and reach beyond beyond the quarters that it's at right now. But it's beyond me. It's beyond me. I've just seen God work in so many ways within this institute. There are two levels. There's a standard level, which is more of a group coaching level. We have monthly group interactive teachings that we do. There are weekly emails that go out. And on the elite level, that is where you will receive one-on-one coaching for your, whatever area you are looking to elevate in. So there are two levels. But next year, what we're preparing for right now is we're preparing to actually, have instructors in place within their respective areas so that we can really have a holistic, be prepared holistically so that if, a woman needs to comment about life, I can, say, okay, well, you need to go to this instructor, or if they need financing for business or nonprofit, you can go to this instructor. I mean, we want to be able to holistically help them elevate to their next level of God-ordained success. And that's what we're doing. It's not just regular success, but the success that God has ordained for them. So, that is pretty much what it is. It's all online, and we're like I said, we're elevating as we are elevating women, and it has just been a phenomenal experience. We have women already enrolled who have been a part of the Institute now for about a year now from all over the nation.
Wow.
And there's also a private mastermind group on Facebook that we have where we, interact as well. So there's a lot of different perks that you can get from being a part of this institute. Being a part of, this sisterhood, because I think the reason that God gave me the name Sisters Elevating Success is because oftentimes as sisters, you find that we are always comparing, or we're not working together, or, you know what I mean? It's always something that is getting in the way of us working collaboratively. And within this particular institute, not only are we learning and the systems that we need and getting the professional coaching that we need to get to our next levels, but it's really it's like a family.
Yeah.
It's a family of women who are coming together to say, I got you, or I'm going to pray for you.
Right.
That is something else that I'm going to be starting up. It's going to be part of the Institute, but I'm also opening it up to my ministry, a sister prayer circle as well. So that it's going to incorporate the ministry and also the Institute at the same time. So oftentimes you don't find institutes where they have educational teachings also incorporating God, where you do those type of things. So we do it all there. We do it all.
Yeah. Well, I'm really excited about it. I think it's great. And to your point about women coming together, I always tell people, as it relates to women working together and women collaborating, you just have to be the example that you want to see. So, when you show up and you show up with love and confidence, that's the kind of energy that you pull towards you. So you don't have to worry about competition and all these other things if that's not the energy that you are walking in or flowing in, or the kind of energy that you allow in your space. So I can tell you that being a part of this teleseminar with you, that your energy is one of love. Your energy is one of wanting to serve and help other women and elevate them. So that is exactly what the people will get when they connect with you and connect with the work that you're doing. And I'm just really excited to be a part of it, because I know that God is well pleased. We do have the flyer for the teleseminar. Let's put that up so that the people can see all of these beautiful sisters who are a part of this. Hey, sisters, you all are so beautiful. So we have it up, and we want you to join us for this ElevateU2016.com, and we're going to be sharing more information about the Sisters Elevating Success Institute at the end of this virtual experience so that you can learn more about it, become a part of it, plug into it, because there's something powerful when women get together. Minister Rhonda, I am a part of a legal list serve, and it was so interesting to me. Several years ago, someone sent out an email on this email blast, the legal email blast, and of course, they just want you to keep it legal. Just don't put anything else on there other than something legal. And so one lady sent a email, and it was talking about one of the directors for the psychiatry department at Stanford University at that time created a report or wrote a report that said that the best thing that a man can do is to marry a woman. And of course, I chuckled at looking at that. And I'm like, yes, we can talk about that all day long. Right? That's right. The best thing that a man can do is marry a woman. That's right. And then it followed up and said that the best thing that a woman can do is nurture her relationships with her girlfriends and other women. Because when we get together, it releases something called serotonin in our brains. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter that helps us feel better, that wards off depression. And this is why when we get together, when we part, we feel like we can conquer the world. And so, this is the energy that I get from you. When we met in Atlanta last year, that's the energy that you bring to the work that you do, so that when people are in your presence, they feel a sense of acceptance. They feel love. They feel the energy that's flowing from you. And I know that comes from the love of God that you have on the inside of you. So I'm encouraging women who are listening and women who will view this video afterwards to connect with this woman of God who is really has a heart that she is really going to change your life. And guess what? If you are in her presence, you're going to feel that transformative power.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm so excited that the Lord allowed our paths to cross, because I know it was the Lord. All those people that were in that room, we ended up sitting at the table together,
Yes, we did.
for several hours,
Yes.
So I know that was God. So I am just really excited about this teleseminar. And if you want to share a little bit about the Success Institute, about how people can enroll, perhaps, they'll catch the tail end of this show, maybe not hear all of the, the front end, but tell them how they can find out more about the Success Institute, where they can go, if there's a separate website or is it the same one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, this week we have enrollment for. This is the last time we're having enrollment for this year, and they can actually visit bit.ly /enroll today SES, all lowercase, and the SES is for Sisters Elevating Success. But it's bit.ly /enroll today SES. And that particular website actually offers a very significant discount on the standard level of the enrollment, because we're, in the middle of the conference right now. So I'm offering a significant, it's a monthly fee, but it's less than $1 a day per month. Let me say that. It's less than $1 a day for this week, Yes.
Good.
So, yeah.
Very good. Yeah, so we are excited about it, and I'm telling you, this conference is going to bless you. This free virtual women's experience is going to be a blessing to you. So again, we want you to register at elevateyou2016.com. I want you to connect with this young woman of God. And I keep emphasizing that, because that's very important to me, because when you see young people who are on fire for God, you have to encourage them. You have to root them on, in my mind. And I want all of you all to know that, all of the young people are not out there doing anything and everything as the media wants to portray. You have a lot of young people who are on fire for God, who are making impact, who are making a difference, and she is one of them. And so I'm just excited to be connected to you, and I'm very thankful for the opportunity for us to have had this time today. And I tell you, I love the way God orchestrates things.
Yes.
you know I
Yes,
love the way
yes.
he does things. And, we don't always know why, but I can tell you that God certainly listens to the heart, because I definitely wanted to have you on to talk about this awesome women's experience, this virtual women's experience. And God opened this opportunity for us. And you were like, yes, I'm going to come on. Let me talk with my
Yes.
husband first.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah.
But may I say,
Yeah.
really quick, that you're telling them how much of a woman of God I am. You are, Elder Nicole, the epitome of a great example to follow, and I tell you, you really are an inspiration. I know we met once, and I've never really said that to you, but you really are the epitome of a strong woman of God, and I just encourage you to continue forth, because women like myself, you give us inspiration. You give me inspiration. You give me inspiration. You do.
Amen. Well, I appreciate that. I always
Yeah.
say that, the encourager needs to be encouraged too, right? So I of course, spend a lot of time encouraging women and lifting them up and building them up, because I just believe, just like you said earlier in our interview together, we do so much, for everybody else. And I believe that when the woman is healed and whole, the family is healed and whole.
Yeah.
And, when we take the time to focus on ourselves, then we have more to pour out. And that is what I believe your work does as well. Really building women up from a holistic standpoint, really connecting the resources and connecting the dots for women. And that, my dear sister, is powerful work. So I want you two to be encouraged, and I'm so excited about this virtual experience that we are in the midst of it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yes, go and register. ElevateU2016.com. There are some phenomenal speakers, and as you heard, phenomenal topics. I am so excited. I can't wait to hear those sessions and take notes and then apply them to my life. And that is the critical piece. Not just listen, not just take notes. It is the application of the information that makes the difference in our lives. Amen?
Amen.
So, to you, my dear sister, Minister Rhonda Watts Robinson, I am so proud of you. So proud of you. So, you
Thank
have
you
any
so
parting words as we close out the show today?
Yes, just as I said, thank you so much for this opportunity. I don't take it lightly, and just continue to encourage the women, as you have done, to pursue what God has called for them to pursue. Each of us are on this call. If you're listening in, wherever you are, you still have purpose if you're breathing. There still is something that God has called for you to do. And, at the end of the day, your goal and your focus should want to be hearing, well done, my good and faithful servant. So doing whatever you have to do in your life to ensure that you reach your next level of abundance and purpose and greatness that God has meant for you.
Yeah, that's beautiful. All right, you all have heard it from the Greatness Igniter. I love that. Yes, the Greatness Igniter, Minister Rhonda Watts Robinson. And we expect you all to join us for these next several days to be encouraged, to be empowered, to be uplifted, and to be ignited into your greatness, to be elevated to your next level of success. You don't want to miss a day. So join us, elevateyou2016.com, and we'll see you next week right here, same place, same time on the Nicole Mason Show. Thank you, Minister Rhonda. Love you, girl.
Thank you. Love you as well.
Okay. Bye-bye. See you
Bye-bye.
all. So let me just take a breather. Y'all know me. I'm high energy, right? By this point, I was working on my master's of law. Finished law school, passed the bar, then did my master's of law. But the thing that really crystallized for me being a mom and able to be successful is you have to have the support, right?
I remember God saying to me, listen, if you didn't die at the point of impact, you're going to be okay. You know the point of impact. When you get the knock on the door, you know the point of impact. When you pick up the phone and you get that news, if you didn't die on the point of impact, you're going to be all right. That's a good place to clap your hands right there.
Inside of you. There's something more powerful inside of you. Honey, y'all better take a breath. I'm telling you.
It wasn't mine.
You gonna get some deliverance here today.